Hey, good morning again. Think about this. Okay, revelation of California, which I showed you, the demonic is going down. Jesus has to do away with the liars. So the liars are going to do away with his own liars. So we got one area. And you have Texas as two areas. And then you have Florida as another area. So I told you everything below this red line right here is going to be underwater. The judgment to break off the ankle of the horse nation for the humble, to force humble the nation because they wouldn't humble themselves and pray. So then you have this. Got to go all the way up here to where we got New York. New York, escape from New York. So if you have a hand, forget the red ink. Four, to bring a foundation in America. These areas are judged first: California, Texas, Florida, and New York. So, in the proper order, Florida's been judged and it's going to be judged even more harshly because if my people humble themselves and pray, and the pastors are bastards and will not humble themselves and pray, they just want to take the stage and take your money. They keep claiming there's revival going on, which is just a teaching, dog and pony show, but it's not a launch of the end time ministers, 144,000, which is what we are trying to do. And so so California, Texas, Florida, and we got to go to New York City. Okay, then guess what? There's a four. Guess what? There's a five. Guess what? Lansing, Michigan. The hand of God. So they say Jesus' hands were pierced, but it's actually the up above the what do you call it? You're looking at the arm. It had to be in the wrist area. But in the middle of the palm of God, the hand of God, which is Michigan, which represents the revelation where Elijah saw the cloud turn into a man's hand and reflect on the land. So the hand of God in the middle, right in the middle of the palm, is Lansing, Michigan. Yay! And I told you the Upper Peninsula, symbolical Holy Spirit over the hand of God, which is riding the horse nation. So people in Michigan have to pray. You have a witch Moore governor, and she's not doing any good for the place. So, but God's people are the ones that have to stand up and pray. Forget politics. Forget politics. The people have to stand up and pray. But these five areas where you need to pay attention to now in this time. So Texas, you got the cartels taking over, coming up through there. There's a bloodbath going on, child trafficking, rape, murder, everything else, and it's not really talked about. And California, is run over by the gavel, this Newsom gavel, and destroying the area. And the enemy wants to try to put him out as their big guy, but he's not the big guy. He's just a punk. So God's taking it all down, taking it all back. So these four areas in the five area, which means the hand of God, riding the horse nation. So it's very exponential, very pertinent, very exciting that these people in this area are going to be praying, and they have been praying for the outpouring of the Holy Spirit. Now you have to have some intel in order to pray correctly from the Lord himself. And that's what we're trying to put out here in this time. What is God doing? Where is He doing? What's going on? So California is drowned in the hot volcano underneath out in what do you call it? The Pacific is cooking, and we're expecting a major earthquake there very soon. Then Texas, we're expecting them to come up on the news, even on the secular news, the fake news. And then of course Florida been judged harshly many times, but they just keep wanting to do the dog and pony show, collect more of your money, and pretend they're having a revival, which we're having a restoration. God's people are having a restoration because we're part of the restorers of the earth with God. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. The meek shall inherit the earth. It's not a revival. Revival is something that man made up. Okay, now Pentecost is the beginning of restoration. So throw away the word revival. And then I told you the heart of the nation is getting judged harshly by the tornadoes, the tornadic activity. Everything like in this area. This is just a kind of a scribbling picture. But the tornadoes coming through all this area, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, whatever. I don't mean whatever, but this area is not etched in stone exactly where the boundaries are. And then the hand of God that's riding the horse nation has a major, major destiny. I'm talking about the people in Michigan. Not technically talking about the land because it's a spiritual revelation to usher in thy kingdom come, that will be done on earth as in heaven. So major, major prayers, major destiny. We just need to agree with God, what He's doing in this time, to be part of what He's doing, to realign ourselves. And you need to throw away all the old school crap in the trash. Revival, church as we knew it. It's the end of the world as we knew it. The Babylonian system is being crushed. The Babylonians being crushed in the horse nation. And this nation will affect all other nations. And it's because the people are underground, behind the scenes, the hidden apostles and prophets have been hidden for major times and seasons. And they're still not really out front because the fact that the dog and pony show. And they're having this revival, dog and pony show. And they're taking all the hot air, taking all the money. And they're not WWJGing. So what would Jesus do? And they need to get in line quickly or Satan will kill them, be allowed to kill them, take them out. And Jesus is going to start pouring out His Spirit upon all flesh, which He'll be doing the massive miracles. So no man can claim that they got revival going on at their church. They got stuff going on in their church. Our church, my church. No, it's Jesus' church. We are God's people. We are the true church and hidden. We're hidden, but hey, Jack in the Box, round and round the merry-go-round. Pop goes the weasel. So God's about ready to pop, to catapult His people on the scenes that are praying correctly and that will prophesy correctly, so the people will pray correctly and agree correctly and quit doing these dog and pony shows and quit taking your money. And the same as big box store comes in and implodes the plumbing, so they sell the plumbing cheaper. Then the plumbing mom and pop goes out of business and they sell their plumbing higher. Then they implode the paint store because they sell the paint cheaper at Walmart. And then they implode the mom and pop paint stores. So all this is being reversed. And all these churches are being reversed because it's all about mom and dad, all about relationship with the Lord, not without Him. And so everything's in reversal order to where these revivals come into town. They take, $500,000 out, $200,000 or $300,000 out, millions of dollars out of your community, out of your cities, and they take it to whatever they want to do with your money and actually implode the communities because they're doing revival instead of Pentecost, also known as restoration and revelation, revealing to action. So even the dog sounded the alarm. So hey, God bless you guys. Keep reading, keep praying, keep believing, and pray more precisely.